Okay, hold on. We are almost halfway live. Just have to click here on Instagram. Okay, we are live. I tried Twitter, but Twitter is giving an error, so that's okay. We're going to remove Twitter. All right. Okay, so we are live now. So keep in mind, we're on multiple platforms, so this number is not accurate. Okay, it doesn't add it up. Okay, so welcome everybody that is watching this, whether you're watching the live or you're watching the recording, because this recording will sit out there. We're just going to talk about everything going on with CellBotics, maybe talk a little bit about life and what's been going on over with each of us, and then things to look forward to in the future, maybe the industry. So let's just get the important stuff out of the way. The main thing that we're here to talk about is that the CellBotics Atlanta location is officially closing November. What is the last day of November? 30th?
The 30th.
Yes, okay. November 30th,
exactly, yeah.
2024. This is not a drill. If you were wanting to take a class in Atlanta, we have Surera coming to Atlanta at the end of November to give a cell phone repair class, and Michelle is giving her last computer repair class because she is retiring. However, I will note, if you own a company and you want on-site training or some sort of special training, Michelle will still be doing that. And so just keep that in mind. But if you're someone that's always wanted to attend our classes and you've been on the fence and you needed to be in Atlanta, you need to come in November. This is not a drill. I know that we've been sending out information over the past few months, kind of saying, hey, this is coming. And maybe some people think, well, they're just saying that. No, this is not a drill, okay? So let's get this out of the way that it is not a drill. Michelle is going to walk around. She is at the school. We are about to give a class. Michelle, aren't you giving a class this week or next week?
I'm giving a class the middle of November, but Surera is going to be here the week before me. Surera, give everybody your dates.
You know the dates?
So I'm going to be there November 7th through the 10th.
November 7th. All right. Michelle, when your class is after that, right?
Yeah, right. Mine is the 14th through the 17th. But check this out. I had because my last class was actually supposed to be in October. People started calling, would you give another class? And since we still had the building, I said yes, but I had started packing up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I had started taking the power strips off the desk, all these other things that I now have to put back on the desk because we're having a class. But just so you know, this is the last class. If you don't attend, you're going to miss me. Now, Surera is going to be teaching up in Philadelphia, the cell phone class, but my class is going to be over with. Mm-hmm. I'm blissfully 63, and I'm going to be having fun and running other businesses. But as you can tell, I have started clearing stuff out. I've got boxes
this is not
packed.
a drill. I mean, this is not a drill. And it's not that CellBotics is closing. It's that we're closing the Atlanta location. Let's not get that confused, correct. Okay?
Exactly.
Surera is a trainer. She is a part of CellBotics. She is not like some third party that's offering training. She is a team member of CellBotics. I don't want you to look at the Philly location as like something outside of CellBotics. She works with me day in and day out very closely. I don't actually train anymore. So a lot of people see me online or they'll see my articles and my posts and they think I train classes. I don't train classes anymore. Surera actually took that place because just to be quite honest with you, she's a much better technician than me. And I was so busy with the business side of CellBotics that I was really neglecting what I thought was so important was the technical side. And Surera is an amazing technician. So you are going to have an amazing class if you come work with Surera. Now, do we have other locations opening? Yes. In 2025, do we have dates? No. Do we have the locations? No. I will tell you this. There will be one in the South somewhere. And I am looking for anybody, just one person that may be interested in the California, Texas area that is a serious business person and has repair experience, can reach out, maybe talk about that. Other than that, there will be no more CellBotics locations. So you will, right now, once Atlanta closes, there is only Philly left, and then our online options and, of course, group options. If you ever have group or on-site training that you need done, you can always reach out to us. Our trainers travel. We do on-site
Yes.
training, group training, specialty training, training for jails, training for nonprofits, kids, you name it, we can do it. But again, if you have been on the fence about taking the course in Atlanta specifically, and you don't want to fly anywhere else, or Atlanta, you just like Atlanta, you'll want to get that done in November. Okay. Shura, let's switch to you real quick. So behind you, you have the classroom,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And
So this is our
I love
classroom.
it. It's a beautiful space.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space, not to make anybody dizzy or anything, but
Well, you have a class that you just finished.
yeah, so we just had, a few students and we just finished them. Just swap this out a little bit here. All right. Yeah. So we just finished the class and you can just kind of see, so we, this is one of the desks we have set up here. So you can see a little bit about behind me, the room and everything, what we have. We got our nice little snacks and coffee ready for you so that we can make sure if you need the caffeine, you can stay definitely caffeinated. But yes, this is our beautiful room. Here's our screen right there at the front there. And this is our new Philly location. That's been amazing. The students love it. And we're in actually King of Prussia. So a little known fact, if you're not familiar with King of Prussia has one of the largest malls in the world. It's one of the top 3. So if you want to kind of do a 2-for-1, come get some training, make a tour. Of course, you got to come get a Philly cheesesteak. And why not come see one of the biggest malls in the country?
Oh my gosh, I love that. I didn't know that. And Philly cheesesteak, I'm going to tell you, the first time I ever went to Philly, it's a long story. It's very sweet. But I ate like 4 Philly cheesesteaks because I wanted to eat them both days when I was there. I was really young and I went to Philly for the first time. It was my first place I ever flew ever in my life.
Okay.
And it was like such a good experience. And now when I went back to Philly, I always have to get the 2 Philly cheesesteaks. I don't just pick one or the other. I go to both spots. I can cross the street. I know there's other places that sell it there, but I mean, I'm not going to say the names of them, but because we're not.
We're not giving no free promotion. Yeah, no free promotion.
But you have to, Philly is such a unique city. I love Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, but I will tell you, I love Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia's amazing.
It's so big and there's so much history and it, you know what I mean? So, and I feel very safe. I mean, since then I've been to Philly like 5-6 times, even alone, traveling alone, sightseeing alone, and I never felt unsafe. So
yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, and like I said, so the training center right now, it's within 5 minutes of King of Prussia Mall. So that's actually where the physical location is. So listen, it's an amazing area, and we also have hotels that are walking distance. You can stay at a hotel, extended stay right across the street. It's like 2 or 3 other hotels, so you don't have to worry about a car. You can be able to just walk right to class every morning.
Look at that, and all that information is online. Our website is so good. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes people will call and they'll ask a question. They'll say, "When's your next date? What do you learn?" And I'm just like, "Okay, wait a second. You have got to go on our website." Oh, you don't want to talk to me? I mean, last week I had a woman do that and then she hung up on me. "You don't want to talk to me?" I said, "No, ma'am. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's that there is so much good information that we have laid out so nicely on one web page for you that you have to read it so then you know everything that you're paying for because you're getting a lot. Well, you just don't want to talk to me." It's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's you're going to ask me 150 questions and you don't even know what you're not asking because you're not seeing the website,
Exactly. And it's so much more information. So it's kind of like you may forget what to ask. And now you're like, oh, wait, you find more information. Yeah.
Yes. And why not just go to the website, click download the syllabus, and bam. Everything you need is there. What you're going to learn, what the days are going to look like, how much it's a cost, everything is there. Like
everything in it.
Yeah, I don't understand why some people, they get offensive about that. And I do want to say, in cell phone repair, you have to read. So if you don't like to
all the time.
If you don't like to read and do research, guess what? You're in the wrong industry, or computer repair, because these industries always change, right?
Yeah, and we understand if some people just want to be a little bit more personable or a little bit more old school, and you prefer to talk to people. But like everyone else, we're all busy, but we're here for you. We want you to be able to, get the information yourself. But call us if you have questions that you're unable to find. That'd be most helpful. But if you're old school and you want to have a short conversation, we'll make the time to help you. We do our best to do that.
Well,
Okay.
I answer the
This
phone
is why
most
I
of the
need
time.
them,
So
because I'm like, don't call that phone. You can find it on the website.
everybody knows I catch a majority of the calls. And
Right.
so, I talk to people all the time. Number one, I like talking to people because I want you to find out what's in class. And sometimes, things happen and
Hmm.
you just need somebody to talk to for a moment. So I answer a
Yeah.
bulk of the calls and I don't have a problem talking to any student. But like Nicole says, there's a plethora of information
A
on the
lot of
website
information. Yeah.
and everything you want to know, the syllabus, everything that you're going to learn in class.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am. This is a prime example, if you're building a company, to have a diverse team members that work with you, because my kind of raw and strict view on things, they have a different view and they soften it and they fill in where I lack, and I love it because
That's why
I'm
we're a
just
great team.
we
That's
are
why
great.
we're a great team. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you guys are right. Some people are old school and they want to hear a voice. I mean, sure, you had somebody that wants to stop by because they thought it was an
Recently,
online
they
scam.
thought we were a scam. They wanted to come and give a tour. Yeah. Hmm.
And that I actually totally get that, because I'm like, you want me to pay
Yeah.
that much online? I want to see this,
Yeah. You
And
want
so
to see?
that's why I wanted to do this video, to
Hmm.
show that we are legitimate, and we'll post this video everywhere. But yeah, so we still have the Philadelphia location. If you want to get training in Atlanta, you have till the last day of November. There's one class in November, so please make sure you book that as soon as possible. And then some things to look forward to. I know Surera, we're going to be updating devices and making sure curriculum, which we
Yeah.
always do, is make sure things stay up to date. I think Surera is possibly on the fence about offering some other types of courses. Maybe refurb classes.
So Apple Watch refurb. People ask about. I have a lot of other repair shops. They send me their stuff as outsourcing, and so when you do attend the class, you get a little introduction. We do go over some things, but
Mhm.
the refurbishment of the Apple Watch, it is a skill that you need to learn in person. It's kind of hard to watch it online. And it breaks my heart when a lot of other cell phone shops are like, no, I just don't touch the watches. I don't do the repairs at all.
Yeah.
And you're leaving money on the table. Not only that, but when you can fix a person's watch, they're going to bring you everything, because it's not many cell phone repair shops do it. So it's like, oh my God, you can fix my watch. I'm bringing you everything, because I couldn't find anyone locally to do this for me.
Yeah, exactly. So, Michelle, what is going to be going on with you?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Mm-hmm.
So I still do B2B stuff. I still do bulk repairs for businesses and school districts. I will still be here to support you after class. Everybody gets my digital business card. You can call me with questions. So I'm not leaving CellBotics. We're just closing this location,
Yeah.
just so everybody is clear.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa's done. We're done. I'm retiring from teaching. But
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean I'm retired from teaching in the way that you think. It's just not going to be in a physical location.
Yeah.
I still will be doing trainings for companies and entities as they call us.
Mm-hmm.
But I will not be here having a class every month. So
Like
if
we've
you
been
don't get in
doing
this,
for years.
right. So if you don't get in this November class,
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting you know it's done. Got a couple of people that said, they called me, was like, can you please, I missed it. I had something going on. Can you give us another class? So I've done that. We have, I think, 3 spots left for my class. I don't know how many that Shura has for her class, but
I'm not
this will
sure
be
yet.
the last one for me at this location. And once the computer goes, unless you're calling me for a bulk training, I won't be giving it.
Got it.
But here's the other thing. These desks behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you like one of these after class, give us a call. We're giving them away.
If you want to take one home, you can take one home. So
You'll be able to take one home with you.
So once we're done at the before the 30th, you'll have to pick it up, but the desks are free. You can come pick
Right.
them up.
And I will also be giving away some of the equipment.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
So, yeah. So if you want some of this equipment as well, I'll be giving away equipment so you can practice at home, all of that. The last two students, they left out of here with a plethora of stuff. So, but I will be liquidating everything.
Okay, awesome.
That's more of a reason to come and attend the course, because listen, you will be getting free equipment. Who doesn't want free equipment? You get trained by one of the best, and you get free equipment to take home with you. That's a win-win situation. You would be crazy to miss that class.
Exactly. Oh, you've got the class dates here. Yeah, and Surera, about your refurb classes, we'll just keep them updated, and we'll come live. We'll talk about, but my main thing was to say is that it's not CellBotics is closing. I feel like people tie so much to Atlanta, or where they think, like, especially if they've been following us a while, where they think I'm based out of. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean anything, because we were in Greenville closed. We went to Atlanta, right? And Atlanta, we had Philadelphia, we had Texas. It doesn't mean CellBotics is not limited by the city it's located in. So it's just really important that everybody understand that. So
just like all businesses expand, they pivot, they change, and CellBotics has been around, if you don't know, over a decade. So if there was no change in over a decade, it's kind of like, what are you doing? There's no change, there's no locations. Like, you're going to just stay doing the same thing in the same location forever. No, we're going to do more things. And also, if you guys don't know, Philadelphia is also becoming one of the next technology hubs in America. So Philadelphia itself will be competing with Silicon Valley, out of California. So you got to do a little research on Philly, understand that we have like $1 billion Comcast center that they put downtown that's state of the art. You can also do tours of that. So Philly is becoming one of the technology hubs. So just stay awake and keep watching.
Yeah, and you don't have to live close by. I also want to remind people about that. Our students fly from all over the world to take our class. This is our program that has been built and improved over since 2010. It's not like we're just throwing this together. We know what works when you're trying to open a repair business, be it computer, cell phone, both of them, right? We know what works. We have trained thousands of people in the industry right now. If you were to go to, say, like the Gadget Repair Expo and talk to shop owners, you would meet multiple shop owners that were originally trained by CellBotics. So that's what's going on in Philadelphia too. So you don't have to live there. You just book a flight.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, our students now, we had, I believe, one student, the furthest one was from Arizona.
There you go.
And he came from Arizona to Pennsylvania. So listen, people are doing it. We did have some close people from Maryland and from New Jersey and Maryland, those areas too, which is great. So if you're in Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, you can drive, so you can save on a flight. But if you have to get on a plane, it's happening every day. It's happening every day, people.
It happens every day. When I was doing classes and I was doing like 2 times a month, I would have up to 10 people a class. We'd have people from California, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New York. It didn't matter, because it's the quality of learning. And some people say, well, why isn't there a school in my city? Why would you want a school in your city that teaches this? That means there's going to be how many people learning that every single week or every single month or every single semester that you have to compete with. The reason you travel and the reason that this skill is so valuable is because it's hard to find someone that has mastered it and is really good at it.
Yes.
So that's why you travel. So
you travel for what's good. You travel for what's good. You travel for the quality. Yeah, absolutely. And even just to let you know, one of my students today, there's a few businesses who are doing similar things, and they were just so amazed of the quality of the curriculum, the quality of the content, the knowledge of our staff. All of us together, we have over 25 plus years experience, in this industry. So we're no new kids on a block. It's a solid foundation, that Nicole started over a decade, and we've all just been growing and building it. So this isn't isn't some just fly by night organization.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly building and changing, and who knows what 2025 is going to bring, all kind of new courses. So just keep paying attention of what we're doing, because we're going to be blowing your mind with some new things.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I know.
let's think about this too. 2025 is going to be big for technology. Big. There's going to be over 25 billion devices in use. Also, there's going to be a major change with the Windows operating system. That's one of the things I discuss in class, and how to monetize that.
Mhm.
So I'm letting everybody know, be here or be square, November 14th through the 17th, my class, last class.
Mhm.
And unless you're a major business bringing me in to do a training, because there is so much money that's going to be floating around 2025. And you need to be here. That way you can get the bag.
Yeah.
ROI. That's
Mhm.
that's what this is. It's your return on your investment. If you invest
Absolutely.
in you, you're going to make money. And I show people how to make money. And I make money, which is the other thing about me, is I have several other businesses that I run. So you
Yeah.
plan on making money, you plan on making money in this industry, you want to learn how to do it. You got Surera, got me, and you got Nicole.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nicole is teaching some amazing things on business
Mhm.
with cell phones, as opening in your business, also teaching you about social media. So there's a lot to learn here.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
don't miss out because you're still, oh, I'm thinking about it, because you're going to think yourself out of getting this training.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And that's what I wanted to say, is that just because I phased out of being a trainer for the repair side is not a bad thing. I
Mhm.
really wish people would not look at it that way. You know, they look at
Mhm.
it as if, oh, well, like I need to be trained by this particular. Don't you think that I know why I gave away that task, why I gave away that position? I could have held on to it. Why would I get rid of
Mhm.
it? I knew that I was lacking in that area, and I needed someone that was extremely passionate about technology, like Michelle is. Michelle has been with me since, I mean, what, like 2016,
Since 2017.
17,
Yeah.
yeah. And so when she came on, she brought all this wealth and knowledge of training and computer hardware repair. I didn't have any of that. I knew that I wanted CellBotics to have a computer repair course. There was no way that I was going to be able to do that, right? And
Mhm.
so my true passion is business growth, scaling, multiple income streams,
Mhm.
systems, processes, how to hand away tasks, how to build a team, right? And so that is actually where my passion lies. It actually never was the electronics part. I got into the repair industry because it's profitable. I follow the money. That's what I do. I
Mhm.
follow money. I don't follow
Mhm.
passion. I don't follow, trends. I follow the money, and I followed the money right into cell phone repair. And that's how I had
Mhm.
my multiple locations, and then started CellBotics. But I never was in love with repairing. But someone like
Mhm.
Shura and Michelle, they love this.
Mhm.
So I did CellBotics brand a favor by giving that away. I did that, you, the learner, the students, the business people, a favor by giving this to Shura as a trainer, as a trusted trainer who has worked with me to learn how I like to train, which is very
Mhm.
unique, right? And
Mhm.
Shura embodies that, right? But she brings her technical love and skill set. I mean, you cannot get a better class. And if you're doing computer, there is no one better than Michelle out there to teach you. Like, I'm not even trying to sell people. I'm like, stop wasting your money on programs that you find at some local college with a person who has never done what you want to do.
Exactly.
You see this better.
Exactly.
Our classes are
Well,
what? You know?
this is what I get, and this is one of the classes that we had here, and then one in South Carolina. The guy came, we because I always take the students out and we eat a meal together, and we
Mhm.
go on our field trip. And the guy said to me after Nicole's class, I wasn't really expecting much for your class. I didn't think it would be that intense. And they were like, it was like holding on to a fire hose, all the information. The 4 days, I mean, I'm still processing. I'm still
Mhm.
processing because people think because we're women in the industry that we are really not educated. My degrees in networking technology. I'm CompTIA A+ certified. I have over 150 different OEM vendor certifications. But I love what I do, and I've been in this industry for over 25 years, just by myself. And not counting what Nicole and what Surera has done.
Yeah.
Just me alone. I've been in this, and I do this business.
Yeah.
I made money the other day.
You are
Client came
not
up.
just training a program from theory.
No,
Exactly.
I
Surera
make
is
money every
not
day.
training you from theory.
Exactly.
Surera runs a repair business. This is not theory. This is not just the program that is
This
taught
is
out of
live.
a
It
book.
happens. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, when Nicole talks about, you know, she follows the money, I'm similar in that regard, in the sense of, before I got into the cell phone repair industry, I had a 20-year career in software development project management. I was making a 6-figure income that I walked away from, and this was more of my passion, as well as was going to give me the money I wanted and more. So understand, if you're looking for a career change, maybe you've been doing something for 20 years, who cares? If you just feel like you're ready for a change, you want to do something different, it's so many people in this world who are experiencing that, and everyone is nervous. And I get it. Was I a little bit nervous? Absolutely. Did I make sure I saved some money though? I did that too before I made the change.
Cold turkey from our
Don't
job.
go turkey. You know, you don't want to go turkey, because then you're in survival mode and you can't focus and grow a business in survival
Your
mode.
energy in survival mode is,
Yeah.
depending on who you are, is very bad for business. So
It's very bad. It's very bad. So I tell my students, you know, I walked away from a 20-year career in software development and project management, as well as I also have an MBA, you know, so I understand business. I can support Nicole on business things, and we can talk business because I have that experience too. So when you come to my class too, you know, Nicole, we have created a full business course that's going to give you everything you need, you know, but not only am I versed with business technology, you know, I look a little younger than what I am, but I'm not a new kid on the block. I've been around the block a few times. This is my second career.
I love it. That's a great story, because I think a lot of people are going through that, you know, where they want to make more money, but then they wonder, well, how do I replace my income? And then the second thing that I hear after we tell them don't leave your job is, well, then how do I do it? You're going to not be sleeping very much while you build your business. You know?
Well, I teach you how to market and get clients. We go over it step by step by step. And the thing about it is, because we give you so many ways to make money, we tell you the first steps. We tell you how to start your business. The biggest thing I see from a lot of students that come through here and they have called back, because we still talk to our students, is having fear. Don't have fear around your business, because the people need what you have. If they didn't, we wouldn't be successful all these years. I do B2B business. That's business to business with other corporations. I consult. I contract. I have other ways that I make money when I'm not in class. That's why I only teach those 4 days a month, because I'm busy doing other things.
Right. And I do want to touch on the business course. So over the next 6 months, I'm going to be re-recording all of the content and adding in content from Surera. We already have content from Michelle. So if you're in her class, you actually get a business course from Michelle. Our business course, the one that I recorded, that's over 200 videos. I would slowly re-record pieces throughout, but I'm actually have a plan to work and record everything, re-record it, make sure it's up to date, and you know, the quality of the video and the mics. You know, we've learned so much about recording over the years.
It's growth.
And so you'll see more in that business course. Yes, the business course comes with the repair course, but you can buy the business course separately online. Or if you're a Repairs First Association member, it comes with that also. So there is ways to get the business course, but attending the class, you're getting the hardware training in person and the business side online. And it's a very big course. It is not small, because it is not easy to open a business. If you go and buy a business course and open it and it's got 10 videos, I'm sorry, you got taken advantage of. You need to get a refund. It takes way more than 10 videos to teach you how to open a business. People will see videos about LLC, get your cards made, get a banner, and they think they got a business. You're taking advantage of, okay?
Well, let's talk about the educational aspects, because if you go to college, you need 121 or 124 clock hours in order to graduate. Between my course, which is 40 hours of hands-on, then you have 60 hours of videos. Then you have Shira's course here. You're talking about another 40 hours. And then we have the business course with Nicole.
Yep.
You're talking about college level education for not a college price. Exactly. If you think about what you spend with us and what you would spend getting your degree, the savings are astronomical.
They sure are. Yeah. And so
because
that's another thing to look forward to. If you're watching this recording or watching this live and you've already been a student in the past, or, you know, you have, because you get lifetime access to the business course. Yes, you will have access to the updated content. We're going to be updating that course. I'm not making a brand new item or anything that I have to add you to. It's just that course that we're going to be updating. So, you know, keep a lookout for that. But, you know, CellBotics is growing. There's going to be new things coming on, different offerings. But I really wanted to get on here and talk about Atlanta. Atlanta is closing. There will not be any more classes there unless you have a special group training where you have the spot, you have the people, we will come and train. Otherwise, you need to fly to Philadelphia and take the class with Trainer Surera, who is not a third party from CellBotics. She is CellBotics, okay? Her and Michelle are the two people in the world that can reach me immediately and me be responsive outside of my business partners, Jeremy, Brad, and Brian. Anybody else tries to reach me, you're going to hit VAs, my assistants, you know, okay?
Just call us.
Right, because
no fuss, call us. So
I talk to these two every day. This is not like they're separate from me or CellBotics, or they're a franchise, or no, it's not like that at all. We are all CellBotics, and we're working together all the time to help students and talking about curriculum and the industry and all of this kind of stuff. Okay. So make sure that you get your class in Atlanta if you needed to. If not, go see Surera in Philadelphia. Yeah, Michelle is retiring from doing monthly classes. But if you have a special request, you can still call into our office or send an email, and we'll get you on with her, and she will accommodate, because she still will do training. It's just she's not going to be in there every month giving a class. Yeah. Is there anything else we want to talk about? What do you guys have going on? Let's talk about ourselves a little bit. I mean, just give, what's going on. Because I think I post a lot of things on social media that confuse people of what the heck I have going on. So I'm going to let you guys go first, and we'll take snippets of this and I'll put them on TikTok and stuff. So
okay.
Talk a little bit about what you're doing, Surera, and what is your life like? What do you do outside of CellBotics? What is your life like?
So believe it or not, it's like for me, Nicole, I've been working on living a very stress-less life. So one of my biggest things this year is I bought myself an RV. I bought an RV. A lot of people are like, what is going on? Because when I am not working so hard, I like to just go to the woods, and I like, so unfortunately I don't live in the South. I'm in the city. So I have to go and drive to see, nice sunsets in the quiet woods, but those are things I like to do right now. Also, so I'm also doing some different business consulting as well, helping other businesses, working with shops. Nicole and I are looking to expand out and do some things with depots and franchises and things like that as well. But, most of what we're doing is, I'm doing is like, relaxing some, because, running a shop for 5 years, it's a little exhausting, So I'm kind of recharging as I'm growing and doing additional things now. But the biggest thing with me is, making sure that I'm able to take care of my students, build a relationship with them, stay in contact with them. So that's some of my major focuses as well. And then providing business consulting. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
I love that. And sure, me and you have spoken since you took my class years ago.
Oh, God. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And you already came with experience. But the thing is that I remember how bogged down you were. And we would so Surera is actually way before we ever considered her being a part of CellBotics, she would do consulting with me, and we would do these brainstorming sessions. And it's not that you don't find your purpose. It's that you've gotten yourself into so many things that you feel pressurized. And you don't feel like a whole person. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, where's that happiness, and I'm just like, I'm so happy to see like you on the other side of that. Like you did it, you're doing it, it's active, it's happening, you know what I mean? Like it's not just like a vision anymore.
Exactly. No, and it's so funny. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you're just glowing now." And they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm at the stage of my life and my career and business, that I can rest more, I can travel more, I can relax more. But, I have to be honest, I had to put the work in, so don't believe those YouTube videos and those TikTok, make $1 million in 30 days. Don't believe it. You got to put your time in. You have to grow, build, and you have to work on yourself.
And you have to surround yourself with people who have done it. And
Absolutely.
So that's what Surera did. And now look at her. So she said, okay, I'm going to work with CellBotics. I want to consult with Nicole. I want to change the trajectory of my life and the quality of my life. And there were very hard conversations. And I do this with people all the time when we do consulting. You have to do this. But you did the work. You and now you reap the benefits. I don't like when people, they'll see our lifestyles and say, oh, they got it so easy, I must become a trainer, or I must become this, or it must be easy, or I must do repair because it must be easy.
No.
None of us got here from anything easy.
Blood, not sweat, even and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears, literally, but it's a part of the journey. And I feel like what I love about our team is we are real life examples of entrepreneurs. We're no get rich quick people. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but none of our parents gave us $1 million and said, here, go start a business. We had to bootstrap and support ourselves and do things. And we had to learn the hard way. So the beauty of that is some of the learning lessons, some of the struggles we had, some of the challenges we went through, you can benefit from those and kind of allow yourself to grow faster without hitting those hurdles. And that's the thing that people don't understand about when you're taking a course with us. We're going to tell you some of the pitfalls. We're going to tell you some of the mistakes because our goal is for you to be able to go and accelerate and thrive as fast as you can. Without hitting some of the pitfalls that we know you're going to hit because we did them,
And we don't sugarcoat things. I hate sugarcoating things. And I think when I started working with you, Surera, about being a trainer, that was something I really drilled to you, right? Do not sugarcoat it. Be in their face blunt about it because no one else will. And how are we benefiting you if you can just pay us for an easy time? You're here to actually be a business owner. Don't expect me to sugarcoat anything for you because you can get that on YouTube or TikTok all day long. We ain't doing that around here.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. This is real. Like with the cell phone repair, you will have homework every day. You have homework after class. And there's no apology for it, you will have homework. This is an intense accelerated repair course. You're going to have homework. So come prepared, come ready to work, but it's going to pay off when you're done.
And it's the long term, it's right. I mean, no matter which course you take, if you're learning cell phone or computer repair, whatever, it's not right after class. Okay, now I'm making, $1 million a year. No, now you're just you just took a baby step out of the crib. You're, you're on the entrepreneurship journey, and so CellBotics does that for you. So I'm glad to hear that you have gotten to the place in your life where you're feeling a little bit more fulfilled and you're going down the path and doing things that you want to do. And of course, the students love you. You're just an awesome trainer, and I'm so glad that we have you. So,
thank you,
Michelle. What about you? What's going on with you?
I've written 15 books. I'm an author and publisher. I'm ghostwriting a new book for a client. Can't tell you the name. I'm also a business strategist and analyst, and I help people get access to capital. I'm working on 5 big projects. I have my television show. We're going back on the air soon. The Importance and Power of Reading, where we interview people about the reading journey to help our parents and kids get making sure we're reading. I'm also working to get people out to vote. I'll be taking people to the polls. I've taken people to the polls. I've been canvassing neighborhoods.
Doing your civic duty.
Yes, right.
Well, because people died for the right for us to vote. So it doesn't matter who you vote for, you have to vote. It's just it's not a privilege. It's a right that people died to have.
No matter who you vote for, it is important to vote. You're 100%.
It's important to vote. You know, this is a CellBotics platform. I will not be doing any endorsements because we haven't talked about that.
No.
But if you go to my personal page,
we don't talk politics, religion, gender, or race in a CellBotics class. You literally got to sign off on it.
Exactly. But if you go to my personal pages, you know about me. Besides that, you know, I am getting ready to adopt. I got a sister friend of mine's. I have her son now, and he's doing wonderfully. I'm his job coach, and so we're working on those kind of things.
Now, this is the second child that you've adopted since you've been with CellBotics.
Correct.
So you adopted a teenager that was kind of out of a place to go, and
that is correct.
Helped him get his life straight, and he's moved halfway across the country. Got a woman.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
So this is the second one, and I mean, I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to say a name, but yeah, you know, you're doing really good things out there.
So those are the things that I'm doing. I'm also, you know, doing business coaching. I have a myriad of other things that I do. I'm also going to be developing some property, so look for that.
And so, you still do repair. You still do B2B repair, and then do group training.
I had somebody that needed that disaster recovery last week, which that's my not from that. So I tell people I make money all the time. Show you the money. I make money all the time because people that know me, they call me. Businesses that know me, they call me. I don't go out. I have the luxury of not having to go out to get business. People see me and are like, oh, I know what you do. Can you come over? I've got an issue. And I have other businesses that call me because of my expertise.
You've branded yourself. So if you go to if you go to Google and you put Michelle the computer lady into the search, Michelle will come up. So
my SEO is phenomenal.
Right. Okay, great, Michelle. Well, you know, you've been a great partner over the years, and so I'm glad. I'm looking forward to see what we end up doing moving forward, because you know I've been bugging you like, what are we gonna do now? You know,
I got some ideas, but I'm gonna keep it under wraps for a minute because we're gonna talk about some things, and there's gonna be a few new chapters between the three of us that we'll do.
I love it. I mean, I love working with you, Michelle. I mean, we are so absolutely close, and I can always depend on you and trust you. And that is like really hard to find in people in business.
Yeah, totally.
You know, like they have your best interest, even if it doesn't affect them, you know? And I say that about Michelle. I mean, you sure, of course, Michelle, but Michelle has been working with me for, I feel like forever. And then I've got I was blessed to partner with Jeremy, Brad, and Brian. So I have 5 people, maybe 6, like Ahmed also, 6 people in my business. You know, you guys are in my energy all the time. And all of you care so much about my success as much as I do yours, you know? And it's just been great. So, Michelle, I know you're going to come up with something. You've got stuff going on, and you have stuff going on all the time. And we're all going to come up with some just amazing stuff. So, Michelle's not going anywhere. It's just her role and her amount of activity is changing.
Well, I'm also going to be traveling because I was actually supposed to be in Vegas right now. You guys are interrupting my vacation.
Okay, and then for myself, so I know if you follow me on social media like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, if you don't, you should. But if you may see lots of different posts across different platforms, and it can be kind of confusing. I had 2 weeks ago a couple people reach out to me, and they're like, "Are you okay? Like your content is pretty sad on TikTok." And I'm like, "Okay." It's actually revenue generating content, so I'm really big focused on social media right now and trying to understand how to crack the code for followers and engagement. And through that, I have found different content that people will, respond to. And so it happens to be that the TikTok from me, by personal, looks a little sad. Well, that's because that's content that people respond to. I've got some videos that are in the millions and the views. You look at CellBotics TikTok, it's all about our training and stuff, right? But if you find me and you see that, that's what you're seeing there. So I'm highly focused on online revenue streams, from social media, selling product, views, promotional things, stuff like that, even surrounding the repair industry, promoting tools, reviewing things. So I'm highly focused on that. Also, I part own a company called Event Nitro, which is a company where we lease out VAs to manage social media activity during live events. I love it. I love working with VAs, virtual assistants, that are like workers that work from home. I love building teams. Like I said, that is like my true passion. Like I really enjoy just working with them, making them like these super stellar, like Nighthawk VAs that like don't miss anything, because I'm not easy to please, you know what I mean?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And they work really hard to do that. And so training systems, I love training. We are right now so we have CellBotics Enterprise, CellBotics Online, and CellBotics.com. A lot of people don't know that CellBotics is like a triangle. And so through CellBotics Enterprise, we do working with facilities. And I mean like depot facilities, which if you're watching this, you might not know what that is, but it's where facilities are doing like 50,000 device repairs a month because they have these huge contracts from like school systems and things like that. We work with them to provide them a training platform or come in and do training on site. Consulting, we can help someone who's opening a facility, which we have I haven't updated YouTube, but we have training coming up in an island that we're going to have to go to. I've already mentioned it to you months ago, but there's follow-up about it. So we actually, if somebody's opening a facility, we would facilitate training, setting up that facility, understanding the workflow. So I'm working with that, right? So I've got Event Nitro, CellBotics Enterprise, CellBotics Online, producing content. I have so many courses coming out from how to make your own training for people, because we have a lot of employees at these companies that they're like, I want to know more about how to make training because I need to teach this and I need it to be a part of the platform, but how do I do that? And then also more business courses around repair, but more structured and focused in, like how to, like I have a course on how to strategically use social media to market a repair store. You see, so it's not a vague course. It's very, very structured. Also, how to master LinkedIn connections. So I already have launched that program a couple weeks ago, have some students in there. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, but you have to know how to properly use it. So I'm focusing on that. And then also, I'm part owner of the Gadget Repair Expo, which when this video is recorded, the next one is May 7th and 8th, 2025 in Miami.
Miami!
You gotta go. You gotta go. Okay. You gotta go to the show. The show, if you want to learn about this industry or you're in it already and you need to be re-energized or you want to meet new contacts or listen, you have to, every year you should take a trip, write it off, and then make it about your business. So you can go to Miami, spend time on the beach, have some drinks, go out to lunches, talk about business, go to the event, go home, and all of that is able to be written off on taxes. Okay. And so, and you learn so much. Okay. The Gadget Repair Expo. So in the next 2 months, you're going to start seeing me like go crazy with lives every week and managing speakers. And so I'm doing that. And then also I sit on the board for Repair's First Association. So that's like, you have to be a member if you're in the repair industry. It's an amazing association. And then I also own a vending business, which I do post content about because I do have courses on how to start your own vending business. Of course I do. Okay. But I do, I sell food at festivals and local events. And some people say, well, why are you doing that? Are you handing out food? Well, of course. I started the business that way, but come on, you're talking to me. I don't like to do anything myself. I always get other people to work for me. And so,
it's called scaling. That's how you got to scale.
Scaling, you start it, you perfect it, and you give off different tasks until you don't own those tasks anymore. You're just managing the people. I do that with everything I do. So yes, Was I selling hot dogs? You better believe it. 2 years ago. So I started this plan of mine 2 years ago. And now am I doing that? No, I have employees. Do I still go to the festivals? Yes, because I love it. And I'm still working out the kinks. It takes time to master a business. It's not overnight. So I do that and I love it. It's on the weekends, like once or twice a month, make really good money at it. And I enjoy it. And I want to leave this here and say, just because someone has multiple income streams does not mean that one is struggling. I hate that misconception. You know what I mean?
The thing about it is because people don't understand business. Because if you understand business, there's seasons in every business. There's high seasons, medium, and low seasons. So while one business may have a low season, the other business is on a high season. And that's what just allows you to continue to grow and be an entrepreneur. But some people have one business and they hit a low season, and if they haven't prepared,
they can't buy food.
They're struggling. They don't know what to do. They're kind of like, what do I do? Whereas when you become a strong business person, you recognize you need the multiple streams. It's imperative to be successful as an entrepreneur to have the multiple streams. Like most people may start off with one, but you realize, you want to have multiple. But like Nicole said, you start them, you build a team. And that's what you continue to do, wash and repeat.
That's what you do. And so, yes, do I still do things with CellBotics? Absolutely. I do with every company, RFA, GRE, blah, blah. But do I have a big team behind me? You better believe it. Okay. You better believe it. I have like 2 personal assistants. And then beyond that, there's editors, website people, voice people. There's 8 or 9 social media managers. I mean, these are what's behind everything that you see. People think that all of these posts are just done by one of us. That's ludicrous for someone to believe that someone can do all of that. You know what I mean? And do it that well. I can't do that well, So having a team is really imperative. And to touch on the multiple income streams. So I also am part owner of Accelerate Franchise Group, which is basically a franchise consulting group, and we work with large franchises and do consulting with them. As many of you might not know, one of my business partners is Jeremy Kwiatkowski. He's the original founder of CPR Cell Phone Repair. He opened first he started 8 of his own locations back in the 90s, and then he turned it into a franchise. He franchised 500 locations and sold that brand. And CPR is one of the largest cell phone repair brands in the industry now. And so with him, I'm on his team and 2 other people. We do franchise consulting because he is a much sought after person, because how many people in the world can you say have scaled to 500 locations and successfully sold it on their own? Okay. He built his own teams. He didn't bring in a third party. That's a big deal. Okay. Also I manage social media for other companies with my team. Okay. And yes, I own a bookkeeping company, but I have a team. So it's not like I'm sitting down going nuts. I actually spend a lot of time traveling with family, relaxing. I take naps sometimes during the day. Am I very busy? Yes, but I plan my time. I live by a stinking schedule. Like my lunch is scheduled. My wake up time is scheduled. You know what I mean? I don't know about y'all, but I'm saying
we both live by, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It didn't. I think I've told you that. If you don't, it didn't make it in my calendar. I'm sorry.
It doesn't exist.
Like, I'm serious. I mean, I don't know how you guys do, but I know me. I am like, everything is, like right now, when we get done, I'm going to go rest for a couple hours. But my prime brain time seems to be like between the hours of 12 and 2. And so I'll get up at 12, get a glass of water, sit at the computer, and just pump out stuff for 2 hours and go back to sleep. And that's a scheduled thing for me, but that works for me, you see? So I live a very nice life. Multiple income streams are also important for me because I'm a single parent. People tend to, I'll meet people in the industry and they say, oh, well, what does your husband do? I am not married. No one is helping me. No one is supporting me. No one is, and I don't hate that question. And I understand where it comes from because they see a woman doing so much. Someone must be supporting her and holding her up. You know what I mean? And it's not true, people. It's not true. No matter if you're a man or a woman, you can do this on your own with no support system. I do it every day. There is no one outside of these amazing people that I have surrounding me. But personally, there's no secret. There's, like Surera said, there's no silver spoon. I grew up really poor, just like you guys. I know you guys have had your struggles and all that growing up. Very poor, had to fund my own business, started with $100 and a baby, okay? And I did all of that on my own. No one has ever lifted me up and said, here's some money. Here, honey, I'll take care of the house while you do this. No, I'm parenting and running and building all of these businesses too. I'm doing that at the same time. And you can do it too. Trust me, if I can do it, a GED student, a high school dropout can do all of this. Work with someone who has, I mean, these ladies are very educated. Like traditional I mean, I'm just like, Michelle took her years to convince me I was valuable, even though I just had a GED. She like drilled that into my head. But to sit next to them and feel like I'm bringing to the table is a big deal. So if I can do it, trust me, you can do it too. No one has to be there to lift you up. Okay?
Because success looks different.
It does.
We have GED, high school dropout. We have MBA. We have multiple certificates, training, like
200.
Who has 200 certificates? I can't even, like, insane. You know, but success looks different. But yet, as a team, we all bring something different to the table, which makes it such an amazing team. I mean, I'm not saying it just to make you guys feel good who's watching this video. Like, this is real life. Like, we really enjoy each other. We have a good time, and we just bring different experiences, whether business or personal. And that's just the amazing thing of even having diverse friends. You know, everybody doesn't have to look like you and be like you and do what you do. You know?
No, I love that. This spins across your whole life, you know? But I really felt like I needed to say that because people are constantly coming at me like that, especially on social media. Like, well, who's behind you? Who helps you? No one. It's me. You know? I mean, I work with people, but It's not like I've got, Mr. Russell in there cooking dinner. I'm cooking dinner. I'm washing dishes. I got to wash clothes, go to sports events, run businesses, have a team of 25 people.
She doesn't have a sugar daddy. There's no sugar daddy.
I am taking applications, though. I need a break. But I wanted to say that because I do feel like we talked about fear in the beginning. Michelle, you brought up, or I don't know if it was you, Surera.
Yes, I did.
Fear in your business. And a lot of times it is, how am I going to do all of this alone?
Well, remember Dominique, one of our students? And so got after him every year. Hey, dude, come on. You got to do the things that we talked about in class for you to be successful. He's working at the post office. Oh, I'm gonna get on full time. Never got on full time at the post office. Dominique is so freaking busy now, you can hardly talk to him.
We have pictures of him. He actually came and worked on one of our commercial clients where we had like 1,000 Chromebooks.
No, we had 8,000 Chromebooks.
Well, yeah.
We started out right. We started off with 800. Right.
You're right. I'm sorry. I should have said the full number, but the first batch was 1,000. I have some photos of him online. I'm so glad to hear that because he was so locked into that job mindset, and which is fine. Some people are, I'm not saying everybody should own their own business. I actually don't think that's true.
No, that's not.
No.
There are some people that just need to get a job, get a career. They're better as doctors. They're better as mechanics. They're better at managing a McDonald's. That's what they're good at.
And we need them, so we appreciate them.
Yeah, I love you all, But for the ones that have this little spark inside of you and you can't sleep right because you're constantly thinking, every time you look at something, I should have my own business. You have that because you should be. Not everybody has that. No. And I used to think that. I used to think everybody's like me, right? Doesn't everybody want to? I looked at everybody like competition. And then Michelle helped me a lot with mindset when I met her. and so I would be like, but doesn't everybody want to do it? She's like, no. And I'm like, what? Not everybody want to own a business, and no, and so if you have this little gut feeling in you that it just keeps coming back to you about something. It's like the vending. I spent 5 years thinking about vending at festivals before I went and did it. And it just kept, every time I see a festival, like, damn it, I should be selling food. I could have a trailer. People could be working in it. Why do I don't even need to be there? Like, you know what I mean? Like my mind. And finally I was now I've learned when I have this, the same thing with the VA company. I went to Jeremy and said, can we do this together? And he said, absolutely. And he's my business partner in that company. I kept having this inclination to do this type of business. And I don't wait for that anymore. I just do it. So if you feel that little feeling or in your mind or your heart, you're always like, man, you know, you're working at your job, like, sure, you're making good money, but you just have this draw in you to have your own business. It may be meant to be. Why wait? Yeah, you're going to work hard. It may cause you some problems. You know, you're going to need to talk to your family. If you don't have any family, you're doing it alone. But why keep passing that little feeling up inside of you?
And I would say too, Nicole, just to hit on that too. So sometimes you do have to be careful talking to your family. Because a lot of my family were like, you are crazy, you are insane. Why are you doing this? You know, but it was a passion. You know, I've always been the different child in my family. Like, you know, everything about me has just been different. So be careful who you talk to about some of your entrepreneur goals. But I will say, you know, as you're saying, you do need people who are going to support you on it and encourage you on it, because it's a journey and you're going to have your ups and downs. So if you don't have a good support system or good relationship with friends or family, it doesn't have to be a family. Some of my closest people in my life aren't family, you know, because this is sometimes like that. But you definitely need some support. But be careful of the unfortunate naysayers. Everybody doesn't understand entrepreneurship like Nicole thought. Everybody wants to do this. No, they don't, you know, and sometimes people don't understand it. So for me, I opened my first business when I was 19 years old. People thought I was a saint. This was, you know, not to tell my age a little bit, but this was pre Y2K, you know, and pre 2000, I should say, because people may not remember it too. But anyway, the point is, you know, I've always had these entrepreneur desires, but, you know, sometimes my family has, you know, encouraged me, like, listen, Surera, you know, it can be a little rocky, you know, it's not as easy, but sometimes you have to just accept that's who you are. You're an entrepreneur. You're going to have to take that first step. That first step may not be easy. And I'm going to probably tell you it won't be easy and it won't be comfortable. But once you get out your comfort zone and allow yourself to grow, you will be able to feel the fulfillment you're looking for.
Oh, I love that. Michelle, do you want to add anything?
Well, the thing about it is being an entrepreneur is not for the weak-hearted. There are going to be times when things just not going to go your way, and you have to, number one, be prepared, be organized. That's big in having a business. And like I tell most of the graduates here, don't look to get in a brick and mortar right away. Do mobile tech, build your business first, build your brand. That way, when you want to do a brick and mortar, you already have established clients. I've worked for corporations. I worked in corporate America for many years, but I also had my own business. I had my first own business when we were in Vegas, and I did in-home service. I was doing in-home service for computers before there was a Geek Squad. Just so you know, that was our motto. I've always done in-home service. What you have to remember is folks are looking for you. There are so many people ask me all the time about computers, and they're like, well, why should I do computers over cell phone? It's not that you should do one or the other. You should do them both. If you're planning on being CompTIA A+ certified, you have to know both. And I said, because when I went to computer school, which cost me about $35,000, they only had one computer between two students, and we learned a lot of theory and no hands-on. That's why I said if I ever got to train, I was going to make sure that you guys touched everything, and that's what we do. So when I got with Nicole and we were talking, and I was like, well, I'm going to come and we're going to work together. She's like, yeah, right, whatever. I hear that all the time. Right.
I can't afford you. That's what I told her.
And so, you know, and we had to learn each other because my style of teaching is way different from hers. You know, but for me, I love this stuff. And while Nicole didn't get up in it because she loved it, she still has her own passion in her own way. For me, I love this stuff. I can talk about it for hours and hours and hours and hours. You can sit me in a room for a month, and I can sit there and talk to you about
Well,
computers all
that's what I
day.
want to say, because we're talking about support system when you're starting a business and you want to be an entrepreneur, no matter what business you go into. And if you come to CellBotics, you know, they're gaining you too. I mean, they may work with me at some point. They can come up to me, say at the expo, and say, hey, I took your class. I'm gonna say, oh, hi, how's it going? But if they take your class and you're their trainer, they're engaging with you even after class. You guys are very, very personable and very, very involved, where I'm more like process oriented and like my team can handle that. How can I help you? What's going on? Like I'm kind of like, just get to the point. You know what I mean? Like no small talk, because I do have a lot going on. But I mean, I'm nice to people and I'm very helpful, but you guys really are really good at building relationships with the students. So if a student is, they're like, I don't have friends or family, because there are people like that. Lots of people. People are like chronically lonely. When you come to CellBotics, you're not just getting training, you're gaining a new networking channel. Now you have a connection with someone in the industry, and you have someone to turn to ask questions, or get some mentorship, right? And so that's really important. I will say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, like at the event, the festival that I just recently went to, a guy came in, and I don't know, the line was like 2 hours long. Okay. And the guy comes up, and I could tell he just gave business owner vibes. His shirt said CEO, he's built, he's got a nice watch. I could just tell he's got business, And so, I'm doing the register, whatever. The other employees are over there, they're doing all the food and everything. And he was like, you're making a lot of zeros. I said, and when people talk to me like that, I take attention, because if you have enough sense in you to try to say something like that to me, I'm going to give you my opinion. You know what I mean? And I stopped what I do, and I looked at him in the face, and I said, no, what I do is I take high risk, and I either get big rewards or big loss. That's what I do.
That's it.
That's the name of the game. Fell fast.
Yes. I don't just make zeros. I take big risks, big ones, with my wallet. Okay. My employees get paid whether I make $1 or not. Okay. Period. Okay. I can make no money and everybody is going to get paid. Okay. And so that's a big risk. So I deserve my big reward. Okay. So don't try, some people, they'll come at you about those rewards. It's like when you do get on the side of what people consider successful, even though that may not be your definition, people kind of come at you either for help or with a side eye. Oh, so easy and did it. And, no, I deserve my rewards. I'm going to be upgrading my car soon. And yes, I am going to get a Mercedes, because that's something that I've always wanted. One, I have justified the write-off, which was my goal. I could have bought a Mercedes years ago, but I was like, CellBotics doesn't really do like miles. You know what I mean? So it's hard to write off a vehicle if you don't have a place to drive to for work. It's not legal to do that. Another YouTube myth. And so I have the business now that's mobile. So I can now write off the miles, and I can write off the car payment, and I can write off expenses. And so I was like, and I need something that tows more, and I deserve my reward. Okay. It's something that I've wanted for so long, and I will not feel guilty for it, And so, you can get to that point. But, I say this to say, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, there's going to be people that are going to say negative things based on their limited ass experience. It's the McDonald's worker who's your cousin. Is like, oh no, that one no business, man. Okay, have you owned a business and been successful? Or why are you telling me about business?
Right.
It's the people who have very limited experience who seem to come from the most fear. I had somebody very close to me. I'm not going to say who, because they could be watching, and I don't want to put them out there like that, but they're very close to me. I love them very much. But in the beginning, they were very negatively oriented towards my personality, wanting to try different things and go different. You know what I mean? And one day they said something, and I just snapped. I was like, if I say one more thing to you about something I'm working on, Do not ever open your mouth again and tell me anything negative. Close your mouth and keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see your face change. And that's it. And they were like kind of shocked, like, oh, I'm sorry. And it never happened again. Now my family, I just tell them like, oh, I'm doing this. Just like, oh, that's cool. Okay. How much you going to make? You know, like, so be straightforward with people. Okay. And don't be afraid. We have a question. So Steve asks, I really want to repair phones for insurance companies. How would I go about doing that? Any advice? Okay, so insurance companies. Well, Steve, I don't know. Are you? Do you currently own a repair shop? And what insurance companies are you speaking about? Because someone like Akko, that's pretty easy to accomplish. All you need to do is be a Repairs First Association member, and you can, you go through a little approval process with Brian Ahern, and once you're approved, they'll send you devices that need to be repaired from customers. But I think you might be referring to something else. So Steve, if you're still watching, okay, you have a location in Chicago. Oh, one of my favorite cities in the world. Tell me a little bit more about what you think when you say insurance. Do you mean like Samsung sends in claims like they do maybe CPR? Or do you mean like you want to get
Surera
or something? Yeah. Sorry, you got the names right, Sam. What give us a little bit more detail, because one thing is now I don't want to misspeak because I don't have this off the top of my head, but I think some of those contracts are locked in under like contracts with franchises. So I think some of that is going to be happening.
And I'll say, and just recently too, over the last 2 or 3 years, Assurion, which was a really big insurance company through, I believe, Sprint, they actually bought You Break I Fix. So now not only the insurance, but they bought a repair franchise, and I believe Assurient is the
Assurant,
other.
right?
Assurant. I'm sorry, yeah, Assurant. That's the other big repair one too. But they're also, like you said, Nicole, they're partnered with other franchises that's doing those repairs. So, like you said, depending on which one you're referring to, but some of the bigger ones, they've either bought a repair franchise already, or they partner with them.
Exactly. So, Steve, I would love to help you with that, but I need a little bit more detail. And then also, I think a lot of that's going to be locked in. You know, it's insurance companies. Everybody's after that. Small guys, big guys. You know what I mean? And so, but what I would do, Steve, I don't know if you're familiar with Repairs First Association. I'm going to put the website in here. Let's see. So do I use?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, Square Trade. So we were actually the training partner for Square Trade. If you had no experience and you put an application in for Square Trade, they required you take our course. Little fun known fact before they got bought out.
The game has changed now, Steve. The game has changed.
So yeah, it's different, Steve. It has changed. Okay. But look up repairsfirst.com. And you can click become a member, or you can go to do a discovery call, okay? And you're going to get on the phone with someone named Brian Ahern. 100% you need to get on a call with him. You can pick his brain. He's extremely knowledgeable. You guys know Brian. Who doesn't know Brian? You have to be hiding under a rock.
Brian.
Right? Brian is great. And he was a part of the team that built CPR. So he worked for Jeremy during the time Jeremy was building CPR. And so he understands all of this. Okay. So go and do your discovery call. Even if you don't become a member, he's still going to talk to you. And Brian loves to talk. He is full of information. And he is a wonderful person. And he's extremely caring about repair businesses. So do that, Steve. Go to repairsfirst.com, get your discovery call. Get on the phone with Brian. Okay. Trust me, you will not regret it. I'm going to put his name here. Okay. You can also just look him up on Facebook. He's on a lot of stuff with me. So if you're on my Facebook, you can just find him that way. Milton says, hi from Puerto Rico. Hi, Milton. I love Puerto Rico. I want to go back.
Yeah, let's go. I want to go too.
I want to go.
Hey, I love Puerto Rico.
I'm ready. You want to go next week? I'd love to travel.
We can go after class.
Okay. I love that most of my business is online now. Some of it's still not, right? Like CellBotics is not, but I like that because it can travel, right?
Yes.
So if you guys are looking to take repair training, again, the whole purpose of this call, which I know we're an hour and 13 minutes in, was to let you know that Atlanta is officially closing. Do not wait. If you were planning on taking a class in Atlanta, we have classes in November. Surera will be flying down from Philadelphia to give the class for cell phone repair, and Michelle is going to be in Atlanta. Michelle is retiring, okay? So she's not going to be doing classes every month. Now, she will do them for groups, companies, things like that. We're still doing that. You can reach out to us for anything that you need in that arena. And then Surera will be doing training in Philadelphia. 2025, we do have plans for new courses, and we have like one more location that may be coming online. But that's next year, okay? Surera is an amazing trainer and definitely worth the travel to learn from her. Now, she is teaching. She is a part of CellBotics. Again, we talked about this a lot in the beginning. She's a part of CellBotics. She's not separated. So it's not like, me owning CellBotics and I've just all of a sudden sold it or something. That's not what happened here. Surera has come on as a team years ago. She's been with us for a long time. And so she's just, it is CellBotics. This is not a separate like entity or something weird like that. Okay. So you still get the best quality training that you will find out there if you are for someone who is entering the industry. We know who our student is. Our student is someone who has no experience and wants to get into the repair industry. If you do repair, you are not our student. If you have a repair business, you are not our student. If you want to learn micro soldering, you are not our student. Our student is someone who's entering the industry. Okay.
Entering the industry and looking for a career change, new entrepreneurs, looking for a side hustle. You're tired of driving Uber or Lyft or something. You're looking for something different. We are here for you.
And maybe you want to open a store, right? Maybe you want to franchise. I get it. We also get people that are looking into franchising, but they want to know a little bit about repair before they buy a repair business. Totally legitimate. You can come to us and learn about this business that you're about to buy. So,
and we're great at teaching beginners. So that's the biggest thing. We teach beginners.
Yes, total beginners. This is a beginner friendly. This is made for beginners. Actually, if you come to class and you're a know-it-all, we kind of tell you to be quiet. Your YouTube training does not make you an expert, you know?
Well, I love when the know-it-alls come to class because then I turn the fire hose on and then they get, shut down. They're like, yeah.
Fire hose of information for anybody that's just listening right now. Not an actual fire hose.
Fire hose, right.
Yeah, because I have so much information that they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit over here and be quiet now. I realize that this is the master and I'm the student.
And see, this is why I need technical experts because, like I said, that's not initially what attracted me to the industry. I came in because I'm attracted to profitable business models, and then repair was like a what would that be? Like a
byproduct.
Side effect? A what?
Yeah. Right, a byproduct.
A byproduct, right? It was not. I wasn't like, ooh, tinkering. I don't like to tinker, okay? But I realized
and I freaking love it.
Yeah, I realized that years after. So Surera, working with someone like Surera is very key for taking over that role as a main cell phone repair trainer. She has to do that. But I have the business course. And like we talked about earlier in this call, it is going to be totally re-recorded over the next 6 months. There's going to be totally new content. If you already have access to the course, don't worry. You're still going to have access to it. And it does come with every class that you take from us. So, and also Repairs First Association members get access to the business course as well. So, well, I guess we can get off here, guys. We've had a great call.
Yeah, we've had a great time.
More,
Hey, look.
Maybe monthly or bi-monthly.
Yeah, but check this out, everybody. Surera's going to be here in Atlanta with me in November.
Yes.
My last class, don't forget, because I'm going to be traveling and doing a lot of other stuff. Now, say hi to Nicole while she's on here right now, because Nicole is in the background. Nicole doesn't teach classes anymore.
Yeah.
She hasn't taught classes in a minute. That's what we were here for. But after I go away in November, if you need classes now, it will have to be a group setting and something that I'll have to agree with you on, because I plan on spending some time with my grandbabies.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. So the class dates are online. It's
Mm-hmm.
easy to see, so you can go online and see them, and we've also put them on the screen. But you can just easily go to cellbotics.com. Now, in the November class, we're also giving away free desks, so the workstations, free computer equipment. If you take Michelle's class, she's going to be distributing equipment that she had from class, and she's going to be giving it away. So you can book classes at cellbotics.com. And if you're just catching this video at the end, you should go to the front and listen, because we have talked a lot about a very interesting stuff. Yeah. And then don't forget to come to the Gadget Repair Expo in May 7th and 8th, 2025. Okay. We're going to be
Miami.
There. We are going to be there, and just walk up to us and talk to us. We're not scary people. Okay. And so come to that expo to learn everything about the industry and meet everybody that you would need to know. And then last thing, shameless plug for repairsfirst.com. I do sit on the board. I love RFA. What they do for the industry is really amazing. They actually were the ones that started the GRE, the same team that owns Repairs First. So make sure that you guys check out RFA. Yeah, thank you so much, Milton, for your support, and everybody else that was watching, and anybody that watches the recording. And I will talk to you ladies probably tomorrow. So.
Yes, exactly.
Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.